What's up, Padawan? What's up, Padawan? This is Afrojoe. Nigga T. I'm plugging is. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell for notification. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, my TikTok, my group page, my fan page. I tell you this. This is another one. I thought I would never have to do a video about Trisha Paytas. I feel bad for her, but I want to dog the holy world out of her. And she does a response to Colleen of what she's done. I feel bad for Trisha because I feel that she's a victim too, like every victim that came out against Colleen. Now you heard testimony from Adam and Johnny about what they did to this girl, and it made me feel bad. It made me feel bad. I was like, Colleen brainwashed two kids to show these girls nudes to people and poke fun, two underage kids to poke fun at this woman. Like, I know Trisha is annoying sometimes, but this is a low. Now I feel bad for Trisha because as she did a podcast with Colleen, Trisha didn't know that Colleen was poking fun at her behind her back before the podcast and during the podcast. And I'm gonna show her video, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about
So this is a video that I really did not want to make, and I feel like the past few years I've really taken a step back from having to comment on everything, having to respond to everything said about me on the internet, because at the end of the day it just gets really exhausting. And then of course, being in other people's business, even if I have strong opinions about it, I really decided years ago that it wasn't good for my mental health. I have a mental illness, I have a personality disorder, which is hard to regulate my emotions. I get triggered very easily. So I've learned to deal with triggers the past few years, and I feel like I've done a very good job managing and regulating emotional stability. And on top, aside from all that, just being known as the person who's just always in drama and can't keep friendships, it's not a good look. I've worked really hard the past couple of years to kind of just stay in my own lane and not engage.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this. I gotta say this. I gotta put this out there because the way she's acting, I kind of agree with Johnny because he watched it too. Does seem kind of nervous, and it made me question the first time I watched it. Where was that passion that you had against David Dobrik? Where was that passion at against Colleen? You look, I understand that both of y'all got kids, but damn, where is that fucking passion? Where's that passion you had for David Dobrik? You dogged the hell up out of Jason Nash, and he's got kids. You say he was a nice guy, but you still dogged him out. But understand I see that she is nervous about this whole thing, but I just had to point that out. I had to point that out because, like I said, it didn't seem right.
In anything online, um, which is commonly referred to as drama. But I feel like this is beyond drama. I'm putting my own hurt feelings aside, and my feelings are very hurt. I've had like a sick to my stomach feeling for a while now, and today especially. Um, Me and Colleen started a podcast this year, 3 episodes. We were always friendly before. I think it shocked a lot of people because, like, oh, I didn't know they were close friends like that. And the thing is,
And there you go. See, look, it's like you. Trisha became the friend. Trisha didn't know Colleen was using her. And like I said, that's where I feel bad for her because she didn't know. She didn't know any of this stuff that was going on behind her back. And I think Adam actually did apologize. Same with Johnny. Both of them apologized for what they did to Trisha. And I feel bad because she walked into something that she did not know nothing about. And I feel bad because she became a victim too. Before and now, before the podcast and now doing, before the podcast and now doing the podcast, that's where I feel bad for her because she did not know. And it makes me feel so bad for her that it hurts to see this girl go through this. Knowing that you're collaborating with a person that groomed kids, pedo, and talked bad about you. This good woman could have took your nudes and scattered her anywhere. You never know. We're talking about Colleen.
Is we weren't close friends. We were friends. I considered us to be friendly. When I had my daughter, she reached out, and I thought, oh, it's great to have mom friends and, you know, friends, who have kids. So I thought this podcast would be great because we always got along really great when we would see each other. Um, we've been doing videos together on and off, like maybe once a year since 2018. And so I just thought, well, this is a good podcast to get to know each other. It's a good, little thing for me to do because I haven't really done anything for a couple of years, and I really enjoy being creative and producing stuff. And it was kind of fun to do costumes and stuff. Um, I wasn't aware of these most recent things that are coming out. Everyone knows I have a very, very, very firm stance on talking to anyone underage, platonic or not. I've always been very, very firm with this that I think it's inappropriate. Um, I've been known to talk about many occasions where someone is just 17 years old and I don't feel comfortable with them, you know, being around them, hanging out with them. I remember one time there was a very popular YouTuber who was 17, and another YouTuber I was friends with wanted to bring her to my apartment. I said, absolutely not. I'm like, she has to just stay in the car. Like, I just, I have a lot of trauma when it comes to my relationships I had when I was underage, and not always sexual. A lot of my trauma comes from school, um, authorities at school, teachers at school that I trusted. Um, and sorry, this is like hard for me to make. I'm really trying to, and I don't. It's a very hard, but like boundary. Like it's one that I don't let up on with anybody. I think it's I think it's weird. I've talked about it multiple times. I think it's weird. So when all this came out, I was shocked. The group chats and stuff. I was kind of shocked, and it's such a difficult thing because Colleen is someone that I quickly literally in the past month that we did this podcast, like I really, really like cared about and really like related to. I thought, well, she told me she'd get canceled here and there, and she kind of understood when people would come for her for working with me, because I've done stuff in my past that's not cool. But
And I tell you this. This is what I tell you. This is what I tell you. What like they always say, what's left in the dark will come to the light. And I know every time somebody has something in their past, it come back and bites you in your ass. And this one is something that is biting Colleen in the ass that's very messed up. And to sit here and watch Trisha explain herself, like I got a pass too, but Trisha, don't make excuses for this girl. Don't make excuses. Do not make a cop out for Colleen. Because I know the only thing y'all have in common is both of y'all have kids. And that's one thing I never understood with people and kids. They never put their kids first. They never put their kids first. They always put themselves first, then their kids. And I'm looking at Colleen. Colleen, you got 3 kids and you ain't thinking about not now one of them. Three. And when they say, and when they get caught up, I'm thinking about, oh, I got kids. I get. Now you want to put your kids first. Now you want to put your kids first. But I'm gonna say it again, like I said in the last 3 videos. The last 3 videos of Colleen. All we done is talk about it. Ain't nobody doing nothing about it. There's no charges filed against Colleen. All we done is sit here and talk about it. When will anybody press charges against this woman? Because every day I'm hearing or seeing more victims come out speaking against Colleen, and ain't nobody doing it. It's the same with Logan Paul. His scandal is coming out again, not paying nobody. Nobody's filing charges. Quit playing, file charges, and get this done and over with. Because all YouTube's gonna do is make a profile for this and protect them too. Quit acting like this is not a big deal. Both of them wrong. Both of them broke the law, and both of them need to go to jail. Quit playing. The longer you sit here and continue to talk about these issues, the longer they're gonna sit out there and do it again. You're letting them pass and get away with it again because they're gonna continue doing it without a doubt because nobody's doing nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Standards, and I think everyone can be take accountability and grow. Like I really do think people can like change their ways and stuff like that. If you can acknowledge it. Her video came out and I was just shocked to say the least that she didn't at least acknowledge the stuff that her own fans were saying, how they felt, to kind of brush it over in the way she did, and ultimately became like memes, and now it becomes somewhat lighthearted, even though it's not a lighthearted issue. I was shocked, and she sent me the link to her video, her apology video, and I didn't respond back to it because I was shocked. um, Weeks prior to the apology video, we were staying in touch because, again, I know what it feels like to have the whole internet come down on you, even if the whole internet is right. Like, I'm someone, again, who struggles with mental health issues, mental illness, and I know what that can feel like, and I don't want anyone, guilty or not, to ever feel like they don't have someone to talk to, that there's not a way out of a situation, that there's not a way to make a situation right. So I kind of stayed in touch with her, but when I got involved with this, I got dragged into it rather. It was a few weeks ago, and 2 boys, both, one I believe was 20 at the time, and one who was 14 at the time. Both the 14-year-old alleged, because I didn't speak on this because I didn't see anything. And I'm not to say that I don't believe this person. It's just a very, very, very serious allegation. It's very illegal. So I was kind of waiting to see what would kind of come out of anything before I had to make this video and this statement.
The 2 kids she's talking about is Johnny and Adam. That's the 2 kids she's talking about that she's bringing up, Johnny and Adam. And you see how she said she had to get more information. before I do this. Girl, you had weeks. Even I had to go look for this stuff, man. And I was finding out Adam had enough information, enough receipts, man, to last a lifetime. Girl, you ought to know that if he had enough receipts, enough evidence against Colleen, that's enough to take her to trial. But for you to sit there and overlook for the last several weeks about what was going on, then you really out your mind. See, that's why I want to dog the hell out of her right now, because Adam had enough evidence when he came out the first time. I think in 2020. Then he come out a few weeks ago. That should tell you he had enough evidence to lock up, and you overlook it now. So that right there, you should have watched Adam, listen to Johnny, and see what happened, and see what they've been saying has been the truth all along. Like I said, I feel bad for you, but sometimes you do things to make people dog the holy world out of you. I feel bad for you. Your brother-in-law, Ethan Klein, even though he's the most hated man on YouTube, held his tongue for you. And he never did nothing like that for nobody except for his wife. And he hold his tongue for you. And he wanted to speak on this on your behalf. That's something else. You made this man, Ethan Klein, aka H3H3, hold his tongue and let you speak on out of respect of you, because you are his wife's his brother. No, you're his sister-in-law, his brother's wife. See how respectful he is towards you. You are his brother's wife, and he respects you enough to let you speak on it. And oh Lord Jesus, come get this girl.
Statement. Um, Literally, my accountant, I don't know why she got a text from like a Huffington Post reporter asking for a statement about all this, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just put this out. And I hate putting any energy into this, but it's very, very serious. It's very serious. And it's a topic I don't take lightly and I can't take lightly, as I am a full-time sex worker. I don't think that's a secret. It's not as advertised as it once was, but we already have a lot of stigma, misconceptions, allegations against us as sex workers. And so I need to nip this in the bud that I do not condone at all um, unsolicited nudes, sending unsolicited nudes to anyone of anybody, sex worker or not. I think using someone's nudes as a way to hurt them, make fun of them, make light of them, be mean is the lowest form of human, the lowest form of intelligence. I think that's so inhumane. I think that's so disgusting for anyone. Last night, the text messages were shown, and it's very clearly from Colleen to a fan. Has over 500,000 views on Twitter. That um, I'm not embarrassed by. I'm embarrassed for her. I try to take myself out of these equations when I'm feeling triggered, and if I were to look at it as it happening to someone else, I wouldn't be humiliated for the person in the photos.
I'm gonna say this real quick. You actually do make a valid point. You do need to take yourself out of this equation. To me, you need to separate yourself from Colleen. I like one thing is I can't say much on you doing what you do on OnlyFans. That's your choice. That's your decision. You're gonna have to pay for your sins on that one, even, and because you got a daughter. And I feel bad for people who get in that line of work, because when you got kids involved in your life, you taking a consequence leap into something. Because you gotta look at it like this, man. People that got kids named the sex entertainment industry, they gonna have to take the consequence with it. Because kids today are the meanest people on earth. They're meaner than adults. And for you to be in that, hey, that's up to you. That was your decision. But to me, Trisha, you do need to separate yourself from Colleen and just back away for a bit and focus on your family. Because the longer you sit here with Colleen, the more tainted your life will be. And I said in the last video about people collaborating with people like Colleen and Logan Paul. Their lives get tainted and toxic. And I feel bad because you look at JoJo Siwa and you look at Sophie Darcy, both of them have, especially Sophie Darcy. Sophie Darcy has did collaborated with Logan Paul and Colleen. Same with JoJo Siwa, and they're gonna be next in line if they continue to mess with her. I don't know. I don't know if they still talk. But Trisha, you do need to separate yourself from this woman before it lands you somewhere that you don't want to be in hot water where it's gonna get worse for you, very worse for you. And I don't want that to happen. I don't.
I'd be humiliated for the person who sent them, although it can be humiliating for the person in the photos as well. Um, and it somewhat is embarrassing. I get made fun of all the time for my body, my nudes, even under this person's posts. Um, while I'm thankful he posted them so I could see that this is real, um, it's hearing all that horrible stuff underneath the photo, like about my body just being messed up or disgusting, and it's a lot. Yes, I'm a sex worker, and yes, I chose this job, and yes, I make money doing it. Um, but it never feels good to have someone just like make fun of your naked body. It's just a really vulnerable thing, and it is a little embarrassing if I'm being honest. But I'm more embarrassed for her that this is the kind of person she is. Like I'm so embarrassed. Sending these to fans unsolicited, the context of which she was sending these, I don't get the purpose. I don't know if there was an inside joke I'm missing on this. The fan said, "Hey, congratulations on becoming parents." Um, which a month later, she just responds with a nude of me and says, "You look so pretty in this." And these weren't a long time ago. This is someone well into their 30s, just gave birth sending nudes. And a month prior, I was in her house meeting her child and doing a mukbang, meeting her newborn and doing a mukbang with her. In these texts, there's also friends of hers. They showed the viewing parties that were talked about to make fun of me. They did viewing parties of my adult content to make fun of me. And there's a friend of hers who I actually met as well back in 2018 with his face posing next to explicit images of me. And
She's talking about Corey Colleen's friend that lives in the house. Corey, and she's now speaking out of that they've been making fun of her nudes, and like that's what she's done. She smiles at like that song Backstabbers. Backstabbers. Like just smile in your face. Oh, time will take your place. Them backstabbers. Backstab. See, she smiles in your face. See, that's why I miss old school music. Cause some of them tell too much of the truth. That song Backstabbers told the truth. Colleen smiling in your face all the time to take your place. Them backstab. Two, people gotta realize people wear two masks. People wear two masks. And that's all it is. People wear two masks. And Colleen wore two. One, your friendly mask, and the other one, mm, she played you. It makes me feel bad that she did that to Trisha Paytas.
And there was a video of it, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, and it wasn't just one occasion. There was multiple times that she sent just different photos and different positions of me. I did ask her about these a couple weeks ago before there was the proof, so to speak, right? And she assured me that she had never sent photos of me, that this one fan who was underage at the time would send photos to her. She's like, no, he was a fan. He sent photos.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Colleen lied in your face. She was sending Adam and Johnny pictures of your nudes. Both of them speaks on it. Both of them tell the same story, man. Different version, but same stories. Talking about Colleen lied to you. She's a fucking liar. Funky
To me, and he was obsessed with you. And he would just send me it, and once in a while I'd like respond to him and be like, hey, okay. That's what she told me a couple weeks ago. There's a clip of her saying she saw a whale squirt, and she wasn't talking about Trisha Paytas. I sent her that as well, and she said everything's taken out of context, like these are lies.
Are you fucking kidding me? You believe that bullshit? There's video proof. Adam showed it. You seen that Colleen combs your damn fucking whale. Straight on camera. And talk about your nudes. Light in your face, man. That's all she does.
And being as I was like her friend and I knew her as a person, I was trusting her, I guess. Because, I mean, overall, who do you trust? Like this person you know in real life, or people you don't know anything about? I guess that's why there's that whole innocent until proven guilty thing. So there was two options there for her to say like, yeah, that was a while ago. I was a hater. I mean, I'm the first to say like, I've definitely have been a hater in the past. I've been miserable in my own life. I've been going through shit in my own life in the past. And I was miserable and I've hated on people for sure. Not people that I would go and like be at their house and like do a whole podcast with, but sure, I can understand people, you know, gossiping or making fun of people. I don't understand the making fun of bodies. That's weird. It's weird. I don't get those texts at all. Like I look at those and I'm like so confused. Like, okay, I'm the joke. My naked body's the joke, I guess. Okay. I don't know. It's very odd. But I kind of gave her outs because I was like, hey, like, you know, you've talked crap about me. That's fine. We weren't that close back then, I guess. Like, you know, whatever. And she vehemently denied, no, I never sent pictures of you. Like the underage fan would send me pictures of you, not specifying if they were nude or not. The text came out last night, and my heart started racing. I was triggered. I haven't been triggered in a while, and I was triggered. My heart was racing. My stomach, I was sick to my stomach, and I don't know. I guess seeing stuff like that, that's probably the worst I've seen from someone that I've like considered a friend. Like it's pretty barbaric. It's pretty misogynistic. And it is downright cruel. It's a low level of a person um, to say that stuff. And again, this isn't years ago. This is, you know, someone well into their 30s. It's not a child. It's not a kid. As of now, as of recording this, the text came out, and the minor fan, who is now an adult, has said that those same pictures were sent to him. This is all alleged, as I haven't seen anything, so I don't want to. I just want to put this out ahead of anything. I know there's every day something coming out, and seeing that text from the Huffington Post, I'm like, okay, let me just get ahead of this. I am so sorry to that person if this is true. I'm so sorry. I know firsthand how traumatizing that can be. I had nothing to do with this. I do not condone it. I think it's the most disgusting thing, and above all else, illegal. And to the person she sent, who was, I think, 20 at the time, maybe 21, I still think it's disgusting. A grown woman in their 30s doing this to someone who is in their house, been around their family. Like, you have some issues. It's a sickness. And I don't think this is jumping on a hate bandwagon. This is like, hey, maybe she doesn't get it. What she did was wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like, okay, we need to keep talking about this because this is really wrong. This is really gross. And it's also unsolicited nudes. They weren't, no one was asking for this. I don't know the inside joke. She said they're taken out of context. I don't know what the viewing parties or your friend posing next to them are like. I just had to make this video to say I don't stand behind Colleen whatsoever. Her video was not an apology. And it took away from the severity of her actions of talking to minors, bringing minors on stage at her show. These people are speaking up and they're uncomfortable for a reason. Acknowledge it, change it, do better. But being told she never sent these photos, and these actually do exist, these text messages, I feel like super disrespected, and at least be honest about it to like show some accountability, to show like, yeah, that was stupid, that was immature, whatever. But I don't stand by her. I'm embarrassed to be associated with her. I'm embarrassed for the fans that she messaged those to. That's should never have happened. And again, this really hurts sex workers as a whole. This is out there, and it looks like or some deviance because this is used in this way. It's disgusting. Yes, I'm a sex worker, but a lot of those images and videos were behind a paywall, one that requires someone to be 18 and over. And that's it. That is my statement on it. And I'm not going to speak on this again. I will never speak on Colleen again. She just does not exist to me anymore. And this is not me canceling her. She'll always be around. I'm sure she'll be fine. Just publicly disavowing any association I have with her. So this is a video that I really did not want to make. And I feel like the past few years, I've really taken.
Well, she told the truth about that. Colleen will never be canceled. She didn't say she never said she won't stop working with her or nothing, but she said she'll never be canceled. And she stood with her. But Trisha, you got a child to take care of. You got to do what you got to do best, man, to take care of a child. As long as you don't do nothing out the way, this should be a lesson to you, Trisha, that you need to be careful who you chill around. Cause they say they're your friends, but they not your friends, baby girl. And I'm gonna say this again. People like Colleen, Todrick Hall, James Charles, Logan Paul, they can break the laws many times over and never be charged with a crime because nobody is standing up to file charges. I'm telling Adam and Johnny and many other victims of Colleen, file charges against this woman and put an end to it. Quit talking about it all up on YouTube. Ain't getting nobody nowhere. Cause the more you sit here and continue to talk about it, you letting her win. You letting her continue to do it. You letting her keep growing to be a pedo to kids. Because nobody has the stone to lock her up. You can sit there and say all day, but she got kids. There's many people in this world that's broken the law that has kids. It's not stopping the law from locking them up. Trish, I feel bad for you, and I hope this is a wake up call. And I hope that you understand you can't collaborate with everybody on YouTube. Half the people that you think is your friend might put your life or your child in danger. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. I'm Afrojoe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Peace out.